We've got the about section. Then we've got an experiences section. We're going to have a skills section following that. And then we're going to have a project and contact me. Okay, so projects, and we're going to have a contact me section after that. Okay, so these are all going to be built today. So there's lots of stuff that we got to do today. Okay, but it's going to be a hell of a learning experience for you guys, and it's going to be one hell of a fun journey. Now I do have the build deployed over here, so that way we can see this for reference, and we can kind of mess around with it and so forth. Okay, so we can use this as one of our reference builds, and that way we can kind of go back and forth. I made sure we could do that so that way you weren't left in the dark as I was coding it. Okay, we can close these right now. We don't need them anymore, and we can move our sanity somewhere else because we're going to come back to that in just a bit. Okay, so we need to get this to that. Right? Doesn't seem like too hard, but we're doing pretty well. Smash the thumbs up, and we're about to cross 500 likes. Okay, first thing I want you to do, guys, is we're going to go ahead and build out the header. So the first thing is our folder structure. I like to keep things very neat, especially when we're coding big projects like this. So I like to click on package.json, click on the folder, and type in components. This is where we're going to have all of our React reusable components. A lot of people asking, will you save this stream? Yes, I will. And guys, I'm not ignoring your text right now. You guys are saying loads of like thank you messages. I thank you so much for tuning in. 500 likes. Bam, I can't believe it. You guys, your love is incredible. I'm going to keep the content coming. We've been doing weekly videos. That's how we do it. It takes a ton of work. So I massively appreciate you guys when you say that. Thank you so much. Right? There's so much work that goes into this. It's nuts. Okay. So at this point, we're going to go ahead inside our components. We're going to type in header.tsx. That's because it's a TypeScript file, which has JavaScript, JSX inside of it. Okay. Bam. We do this. Now, the next little trick that you may or may not know, depending on if you're a Papa Fam OG, is you want to type in React extensions. Right now, what I want you to do is grab this extension right here. This is called the ES7 React Redux React Native Snippets. I tell you, it's in every single video, right? Because honestly, it's a game changer of an extension. Now here, what you can do is RFCE, or there's even a TypeScript one, right? TypeScript RFCE, and you can go ahead and hit that. And this will go ahead and create an outline for your file, okay? So in this case, we've got a nice little outline, and it will actually have the props and everything as so. Now, as I mentioned before, we are using TypeScript in today's build, so get ready for some TypeScript work, okay? It's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, so at this point, what we are now going to do is we're going to go ahead and render this on the screen. So I'm going to say, I am a header. I am a header. Okay, hit save. And at this point, I need to pull this in. So I'm going to say header, like so. And I'm going to go ahead and control spacebar at the end. And we have this nice little neat trick to import things into our thing. Now you can see I am a header comes in, and it says Sunny's portfolio based on this block of code right here. Okay, so with that said, now what we are going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and neaten up my second screen so that way I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, so let's do this. So what I need you to do now is we need to go into our header, and I'm actually first thing I'm going to do is change up this so we've got syntactically kind of more correct SEO friendly things inside of this, right? Yes, you can use TSRAFCE for a arrow function. You're right. So we're going to change this to a header. So now it's actually a header component. So that way SEO search engines can find it a little bit easier, right? So the first thing we're going to do is if we look at this screen, we've actually got this, we've got the top part, right? So this is broken down into a few different sections, right? We've got the top. Oh God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna do that again. Pretend that didn't happen. We've got a bottom, a top box, right? And the way I like to think of this is on this box, we have a few different sections. So here you can see on the left-hand side, we've got these icons right here. On the right-hand side, we've got this like sort of get in touch screen. Now, the main thing when you're a beginner, right? Or anything like that, right? You need to understand how Flexbox works, how that kind of stuff helps you position things and spread them across evenly, no matter what the screen size is. Thank you so much, Manoj. Oh, Jamie, that was you, dude. What is up, man? Thank you, Manoj, for the donation. Thanks, bro. Because of your projects, I got a job. Jay, screenshot that. Amazing stuff. GeoStill, I appreciate your donation. Thank you so much, dude. Oh, I've got it coming through the computer. Okay, so at this point, we're now going to go ahead and develop that out, basically. So for the top left, we're going to have a div, right? We're going to have a div over here. So I'm going to have div. I'm actually going to have inside of my div, I'm going to have, let's just say, social icons, right? So as I mentioned before, these are going to be the icons that we're going to see inside of our build, okay? So in this case, we're going to have a bunch of different icons be rendered out on the screen. Now, these icons that you see, they're actually a component that we're going to be pulling in from a library. So they're called the React Social Icons library. So I'm going to show you that right now. So React Social Icons, let's quickly Google search it. throws us over to a GitHub page. Now this is a really awesome library, and the reason why is you pass in the URL, it will render the correct appropriate icon based on the URL you pass in. Then it can go ahead and you can customize it however you want. And yes, I want to mention, if you are new to Flexbox, as I mentioned previously, check out Flexbox Froggy. I did a whole video on it. You guys can check it out. And thank you MarsWeb3 for saying JSean 2.0. I love that. That is jokes. All right, 600 likes coming in clutch. So at this point, what I need you to do is go ahead, head over to the NPM article, and I'll show you how to install it. To be fair, I'm going to show you anyway. It's easy. Yeah. So here you've got it. I'm using yarn, so I ain't going to do that. Command J, go into our second free terminal, and I'm going to type in yarn add React social icons. I'm installing the dependency now. Okay. So there we go. J and JSean. There you go. All right. So in this case, we got it working. Command J to hide it. And I'm going to go ahead and import that as needed. So I'm going to pull in the social icon from the one that we need. There we go. Okay. Now in the beginning, I'm just going to hard code these values because I don't necessarily know, or I'm not pulling any data in from anywhere at the moment. So in this case, I'm going to use something like my YouTube channel to render the YouTube one and so forth. So if we need to render this on the screen, you can see we've got an example here of a social icon. So now if I was to go ahead and pull over to my screen like so, and I hit save, you can see we've got a Twitter icon because we've loaded the following. Okay. Now here, what I'm going to show you how to do, I'm just going to make that a little smaller. There we go. And let me know if that's too small or if that's okay. All right. Nearly at 600 likes. Wow. Let's go, guys. Well, I'm going to change this now to something like www.youtube.com/sunnysanga. Yes, I have that. All right. And you see, bam, look at that. Lovely, right? And what's so cool about this is that it's even clickable. So if I click into this, you will actually see that go into the correct, you see, my YouTube channel pops up. Awesome stuff. And we are live. There we go. Okay, so we're actually going to use this in a very clever way shortly. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to customize it. I want to make the foreground color, which is a property of it. I'm going to make that gray. I'm going to make the background color, so it's actually called BG color. I'm going to make this transparent like so. And as you can see, we start getting the look. Okay. A lot of people are saying, what is that pretty terminal extension? I'm actually using Oh My ZSH. Sasa says, this is the best way to spend Saturday. I feel you, dude. I feel you. Thank you for that. Right. To get this set up initially, Amoraj, thank you for the donation. He says, can you teach ML and data science projects too? I sure can with the help of my friend Leon. So I will plug him. Definitely check out Leon Klon's channel. Right. But there you go. There we got 4 icons popping up. Now, what I want to do is I want this div to style it out in the way that we need it. So I need it looking like that, right? So on this div, I'm going to go ahead and type in class name, and this is going to be a Flexbox container. Okay, this is going to be a Flex row container. I'm going to do this because I'm going to change up a bunch of things later. Items should be central. Okay, now what I want to do as well is I need to make these eventually smaller. I don't know if I'm zoomed in here. No, we're good. Yeah, okay. So there we go. So you see how that's on the top left right now, okay? The next thing I want to do is I'm going to have the contact me section, and then we're going to go ahead and style it out and so forth, right? Or we'll even do motion at that point, frame of motion, okay? So I'm going to pop in the div. And now what I want to do is I'm going to have a social icon for email. Now I've already done this one for us, and I've actually added an extension where we've got a cursor pointer. So if I click save now, you can see my cursor is a pointer, which is nice. And this is actually going to